Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Miles Edgeworth, subtitled Prosecutor's Path. This is specifically the Android version and the fan-translated version. I'll get to that in a second. This won't be our first time playing it, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, because it has been a while, the VODs are all up on my YouTube channel, but for tonight, we'll go ahead and get into the game. One thing I need to clarify in this video is that one of the reasons that I'm specifying so much that this is the fan-translated version is because since the last time we played Ace Attorney Investigations 2, this game has gotten an official English translated version. You can now legally buy this game in English, which at the time we were playing this originally, not only did that not exist, but it looked like it would never exist. But here we are. Which means that not only has every Ace Attorney game gotten an official English release now, but that also means that every Ace Attorney game has an official English release on modern hardware. I believe you can play all of them on either Steam or Switch. So yeah, that's freaking fantastic. Yeah, Capcom literally pulled an OGs and just did it. So I may have summoned it into existence. The bad news is they didn't take any content from the fan translation, so all the characters in the official version have different names than they do in the fan translated version, but still, like, it's good to know that you can just buy the game now. Because honestly, to get this running took a lot of work. This was not easy, and I don't recommend anybody try it. Just buy the official version. It's so much easier. So I will do my best to recap where we were. We just finished episode 3, so let's see what we got so far. So for anyone that didn't know, this is the spin-off of the Ace Attorney games. Instead of focusing on Phoenix Wright, we are following his rival slash best friend, Miles Edgeworth, the prosecutor. So far, we played the first 3 episodes. Episode 1, Turnabout Target. Normally, as you may know, the tutorial of each Ace Attorney game is usually something simple and something quick. This game did not do that. Instead, we investigated an assassination attempt on a foreign president, which is pretty crazy and was actually one of the most intense cases we've ever done. Episode 2, the suspect we arrested in the first case got murdered while in prison, which leads to episode 2, the Imprisoned Turnabout, where we had to investigate the murder inside of the prison, which was complicated. Also there, we discovered that Miles is being investigated by a mysterious organization known as the Prosecutorial Investigative Committee, who for some reason wants to take Miles's badge. They want to remove his right to practice as a prosecutor. We have no idea why, although it seems personal. So that's a bit of a problem right there. Episode 3, the Inherited Turnabout. It was where Miles met an old friend of his and ended up reinvestigating a case that his own father never quite was able to solve back in the day, which is pretty cool. That was a cool case. Very long case, but a very cool case. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Yes, Shira! Not only do I have a modded English version of Fatal Frame 4 on my Wii right now, but I've actually helped a couple streamers get modded English versions of Fatal Frame 4 to play, including 1 or 2 that you may have seen stream, but I won't name names here in case they don't want me calling about. Not the ethics board! There are a lot of hot evil people in Ace Attorney. Basically in Ace Attorney, and anytime you see someone unbelievably hot, you gotta assume they probably killed somebody. Yeah, his father does love the trench coat look. He's very, who's that guy from the movie To Kill a Mockingbird? That's who I always think of when I see him. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah, I did the same thing, Shira. I got the modded Fatal Frame 4 on my Wii, which was not easy, but I'm glad it's out in English now. Yeah, I'm very happy that it finally came out in English. Did you ever hear the story why Fatal Frame 4 never came out in English? Because it is an amazing story. If you've never heard it before, I love telling it. You have, excellent. If anybody hasn't heard it before, Uh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't because they didn't want to translate it. It was not. It didn't have anything to do with the actual translation. The problem was Fatal Frame 4 came out in Japan, and it sold well. It sold well, and everyone was happy with it. And they had planned an English release. And then they got a call from Nintendo. And Nintendo said, hey guys, we saw in your game there's a reward for getting 100% completion. But we've also noticed that due to several bugs, it's not possible to get 100% completion. And like, you know, because we can't really patch our console games very well, we require that all of our console games like not have any sort of game-breaking bugs in them. So if you guys want to publish this in English, you need to fix that bug first. And the publisher of Fatal Frame 4 said, screw that. No, we don't want to. And therefore, they just didn't. And that led to it being unavailable in English for like a decade. So yeah, if you want to know whose fault it was it didn't come out in English, now you know. Like, honestly, I think that's a very good reason for Nintendo to say, no, you don't get to put out more versions. Fix your goddamn bugs, guys. It is a good game. It is a very solid game in the series. Not my favorite, but it's solid. Would that all console manufacturers were as fastidious about catching show-stopping bugs in lot check? I mean, they didn't catch it before the Japanese release. There was that, but like they heard reports about it afterwards and decided to deal with it. You know, most of my experience with Fatal Frame is watching people play it. Like, I actually meant to play it on stream at some point, but I've never beaten any of the Fatal Frames. So, Crimson Butterfly looks like the coolest one. That's as far as watching them, that's the best one I've seen. But yeah, I haven't really gotten around to playing as much of the series as I'd like. You can't 100% Gran Turismo 2 because they removed the drag racing mode. Oh yeah, I've seen that happen a lot of times, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, no, in this one, they... Oh god, that's really brutal. Hey, Kissa, welcome in. How are you doing today, Kissa? How's your week going so far? Hope all is going well with you. All right, so, shall we... So now we are starting on episode 4, The Forgotten Turnabout. Which I don't know what it's about yet, because I've never played this game before, so I'm excited. Grushin, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. So yeah. Also, if anybody wonders... is coming in late and wonders why I was talking about how it's been a long time. Basically, we were in the middle of playing this game when I got laid off from my job and had to stop streaming for, I don't know, what was it, like 6 months? It was a long time. And yeah, when I came back to streaming, I'm like, I don't know if my voice can take an Ace Attorney game, which honestly, I'm still not 100% sure I'm there, but like, I'm tired of waiting. So yeah, it's been a very long time since we played Ace Attorney last, but like, I'm still planning to play the entire series on stream, so it's just a matter of getting back into this one, getting it finished. So, without further ado, let's do this. Episode 4, The Forgotten Turnabout. From here on out, let the council begin. Let our members discuss this matter with the clear conscience of the goddess of law. Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth's aptitude and ability as a prosecutor. Who are you? Why are you wearing that raincoat? Ah! I'm sorry, did somebody just murder Kay? I'm not okay with us starting this way. Game, don't do this to me. April 5th, 1:23 p.m., High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. Oh, alright, I guess that's our cliffhanger. Hey, other Rin, good morning. I do want that on. I'll turn that on in a second. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Could you throw that in the title too, if you don't mind? And also, I hope everything's going well for you today. Grushin, the last I remember is that the Warden's outfit. That is one of my favorite animations in the entire series right there, Grushin. Oh my god, that was so good. Thank you, Rin. Calm down, you're getting dust everywhere. I've already cleaned this room 3 times since this morning. Well, now you'll need to do a 4th time. You're way too calm, sir. What if they actually take your badge? A decision has not yet been made. But it looks like it's pretty much decided. Don't you remember what Judge Courtney said? Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sights. They will receive a report on everything you did here today. And you will most likely be required to appear before them. I don't know why she's got an extendable gavel. That's ridiculous. Don't worry, Gumshoe, my name is still in the title of the game. Sure, I'll be fine. Alright, let me turn on that command real quick. Thank you for reminding me, Rin. If I can remember how to get to it. It's been a little while. There we go. Shira! Like we were just saying, if you see somebody unbelievably hot in an Ace Attorney game, they're probably villains. It's just a thing. The only time in the entire franchise that anyone cares about the badge! I have been ordered to attend the meeting, that is all. I hate this, sir! I won't be able to work with you anymore! As a detective, perhaps you should welcome this turn of events. You would no longer have to work with such a troublesome prosecutor as myself. Why would you say something like that, sir? The problem is with the PIC and their false accusations. Mr. Edgeworth, don't tell me. You actually want to become a defense attorney? Alright, so this is another running thread through the game, is that Edgeworth is trying to decide whether he wants to stay as a prosecutor or whether he wants to become a defense attorney, like his father and his best friend, who this game refuses to name for any reason. Being hot is villainous, and that's why I'm a criminal. God, that would make a good t-shirt right there, honestly. Because you can't do that. Being a prosecutor is exactly what makes you Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. He's got a point there, honestly. A defense attorney, huh? I became a prosecutor because of the incident where I lost my father. However, the reason I became interested in the legal world was because my father, who passed away, had been a defense attorney. Fight crime as a prosecutor, or save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. Are you listening, sir? I don't like this one bit. There's no need for you to be so pessimistic. Maybe my replacement will be more lenient during your salary assessments. I see. That way I can eat more than just instant noodles every day. Wait, what am I saying? That's not the point here. I was actually imagining it. I mean, you do kind of, you are pretty mean about his salary. That is the truth. Rin, thank you for that reminder. That is a true thing. As of tomorrow, any ebooks you have on Amazon, be them for Amazon proper or for old Comixology, you won't be able to download them anymore. You'll be able to transfer them to Kindles, but you can't get access to the files themselves, which is frustrating. So if you want to get them, now's the time. He truly is games, I guess. There's a lot I've forgotten, but I'm surprised so far I'm remembering the voices. Which voices I did for who. Not, at least doing okay, I think. We're busy right now. Come back later, pal. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there a Mr. Miles Edgeworth here? Mr. Edgeworth's busy right now. I'll listen to whatever you have to say later, pal.
This isn't good. Your face has become all red. Red face.
Like I said, we're kind of busy right now, so...
I've got it. You have a tummy ache, right? This calls for an injection instead. Please roll up your sleeves.
No, I'm perfectly healthy.
Who might you be? I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Karen Jensen. I'm a registered nurse at the Die Young Hospital.
The what hospital? Are we still doing phrasing? It says die, not okay, my bad. I was reading it wrong. I think this is the thing I really appreciate about this is the fact that like this is a fan translation, but like they really captured the voice of the Capcom titles. Leave a beautiful corpse at the Die Young Hospital. Them kids and their weird hair. Lunar Stargate, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good week. Hey, Relentlessly, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. It's true that the Ace Attorney games honor the age-old. If they're hot, they will rot principle. That sentence me. I mean, sometimes we get people switching teams. We got Edgeworth over here as mostly a decent guy these days, so there's that. Apparently in the official translation, it's the Hertz Hospital. That's still a good one, but Die Young is kind of amazing. And her last, Karen For You is good. Karen For You is amazing. I like that better. That's spectacular. I'm sorry, but nobody here is sick. You must have the wrong room.
Are you Mr. Miles Edgeworth? You have such great wrinkles in between your brow. Could it be lupus? This calls for an injection.
It's not lupus. Just tell me what business you have with me.
Yes. Actually, there's someone who would like to see you. Please wait a moment. I'll call them right now.
It's never lupus. Wait. She left, sir. Wonder who she's gonna bring. She's bringing someone from the hospital. Could it be a patient, sir? Maybe it's someone who's traumatized by your harsh words. What is that supposed to mean? See, when you glare at me like that, it feels like you're gonna have a heart attack. You can send someone to the hospital with that. Is that really that bad? I'm just being my normal self, though. I mean, yeah. It's never lupus. In the Japanese, it's a Tommy hospital, whereas itam equals pain, but also the hospital part is a homophone with cause of the disease. All right. Like, I have so much respect for folks that translate this stuff because, like, puns are so hard to translate because there's no exact translation. Like, you can't just literally translate it. It won't work. You have to find something else that sounds similar, and, like, not every language is going to have a good way to do that.
Sorry for the wait. Well, what do you think?
What do I think?
Do you not recognize me?
Now that she mentions it, I feel like I've met her before.
This card, your name was written on it? You know who I am?
Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe you really did send her to the hospital. Of course not. But this is your business card, sir. Clearly says Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. That's true.
I'm terribly sorry. It's, well, truth is, this girl suffers from memory loss.
Memory loss?
Yes, that seems to be the case. Ah, their parents should be worried sick right now. They probably haven't been able to sleep. I doubt they've gotten more than 8 hours. Isn't that plenty of sleep?
I see. Sure sounds horrible. But it's all right now. Since she has that business card, she must be an acquaintance of Mr. Edgeworth's. Just leave her to us, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. We might be able to verify her identity at least. Would you really do that for me? First, I'd like you to tell us everything that you know.
That's all right, Mr. Edgeworth. You have nothing to worry about now, miss.
Good grief.
All right.
Let's see what we can do here.
Rin! She's a fixer-upper. I mean, she does need some fixing, it looks like.
There is that.
Being hot is not a good thing in the Eastern universe. 14-hour nap yesterday. Yeah, if you take a nap that long, you probably needed it. Hopefully you're feeling better after that. I can fix her, oh god. Yeah, that's our Edgeworth right there.
Still, where to begin? What should I ask her first?
Miss, do you remember your name?
My name? I'm terribly sorry. She's been like this ever since yesterday, you know?
So you found her yesterday.
Wow, that's amazing! How'd you know?
What a tiresome woman. I'm glad for the game finally acknowledging some of these people are exhausting. Basically, puns in other languages explained in English. Oh, that sounds like a really cool book, Looter Stargate. I'm fascinated by things in languages that don't translate well. I think it's such a cool thing to think about. Excellent, relentlessly excellent.
I found her stumbling around late last night, so I took her in. I wanted to help her out, so I looked through their things.
So, that's how you found my business card. Did she have anything else with her?
Nothing to reveal her name or address. Ah, but she was wearing this when I found her. It's an unusual design, don't you think?
This badge is... What? The Yatagarasu's... That means... It couldn't be. Are you Kay?
Kay?
Well, I mean, if so, it's a good thing the Kay's not actually dead, since she appeared to have been thrown off a skyscraper last time we saw, which usually doesn't end well for the person going splat, but, you know, we'll see. There's also a Portuguese insult that translates to, may all your turkey's feathers turn to razor blades. That sounds metal as hell. I want to see that. The great patient Yatagarasu. You are Kay, right?
I am Kay.
Kay, don't you remember me? I mean, you always call me Gummy, pal.
Gummy? I wouldn't call one of my elders something so rude. Ah, I'm so sorry. What a horrible thing I did. I feel like my heart is going to burst from guilt.
Just what happened to you, pal? You become so sensitive. If you're this sensitive and delicate, frail, then you're not even Kay anymore. You're someone else, pal.
What's your words, detective? You say that. Almost sounds like Kay isn't sensitive or delicate at all. Though I can't deny there is some truth to what he says. What sort of person was I before I lost my memory?
Well, for starters, your name is Kay Faraday. Cheerful girl full of spirit and vigor, and a great thief.
Great thief?
Yes, to put it frankly, a great thief steals valuables from people's drawers and safes.
Steal? I caused so much trouble for others? I'm so sorry. I never imagined I would be a criminal. Maybe losing my memory was retribution for my crimes.
No, you didn't actually... this is so messed up, sir. She's for anybody that hasn't seen the other versions, she's a master thief in theory. She hasn't actually stolen anything or committed any crimes, as far as we know of. Definitely wouldn't want to pluck that turkey for Thanksgiving. You wouldn't want to have that as a pet either. It sounds horrible. Amnesia combined with a complete personality reversal. So common in sitcoms, honestly, yeah. It is. Yeah, she's working her way up to her first crime. She doesn't want to dive right into it. You know, you gotta start somewhere. She's theoretical. It's all on paper so far.
But it sort of does make sense, you know? These gloves and stuff, they look just like what a thief might wear.
Ah! Those clothes!
Yes, she was wearing them when I found her. I had her change her clothes, so I'm holding on to them for now.
He appears to be stuck on her clothes. Perhaps it has something to do with Kay's memory loss. I'll send it down to the lab later and check it out, sir. Good. I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe.
At any rate, these really look like a thief's clothes, don't they? I am a criminal.
It's true you were a great thief, but never once did you commit a crime. That alone, I can assure you.
So,
probably better if I don't press the issue any further. Alright, let's move on to something else then in that case. She's just thieving when people don't realize they're losing time. I assure you Edgeworth feels every second of time taken away from him. Alright.
I'm really sorry for not remembering you. What kind of relationship did we have?
Well, that's rather difficult to explain. Kay, you were Mr. Edgeworth's assistant!
Oh my. So then, a prosecutor is the kingpin of a great thief?
No, that's not what I meant, pal. Last time I met Kay, it was the day before yesterday. Just what did she do from up until now? So only 2 days have passed since the last case. Ms. Jensen, was the badge the only thing this girl had on her?
She did have some other things, but I don't think they will be very helpful at all.
I don't mind. Please show them to me.
Well then, I'll give them to you one by one, okay?
This is a Jammin' Ninja mask. Maybe she went to a superhero show or something? Seems to be a letter addressed to Kay. This is a ticket stub. And this is... flower made of cloth, like the ones you usually see in restrooms, sir. Corsage. It is used primarily as an accessory for women.
Yep, that's everything. Did you find anything out?
Not really. Just a bunch of random things. I'll have to look them over in more detail later. Alright, replica of the Jammin' Ninja's mask made out of cheap plastic. A letter in Kay's possession. It is addressed to Kay. We'll have to read that later. A ticket stub used to enter the Grand Tower viewing platform. And a cloth decoration shaped like a purple flower called a corsage. Just like on Facebook, it's complicated. I think he just didn't want to come out and say, I've been trying to get rid of you for quite some time, but occasionally you're useful. Oh, this is horrible! Kay's lost her memory! How do we get her back to normal? Calm down, Detective. I've already thought of something. Oh, as unexpected, Mr. Edgeworth. So, what did you find out, sir? Look at this ticket stub.
Ooh, it's a ticket for the viewing platform of the Grand Tower.
Ms. Nurse? You know something about the Grand Tower?
Of course I do. It's a super famous dating spot after all. They say that if a couple holds hands up there, they'll be together forever.
Timestamp on the ticket is from yesterday. Moreover, it's only valid on the day of issue. Since she only has the stub, she must have used it, right? Very likely. Well, then let's go.
Right now, sir?
The cause of Kay's memory loss is hidden in her actions.
But what about the PIC?
It's still too early for me to be summoned there. So, should I leave Kay with you then? That is what I would prefer. Kay, you're fine with that, right?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Well, I have to get back to work, so if anything happens, please contact the Die Young Hospital. If you guys need an injection, I'll be there anytime, any place.
Yes, I understand. Don't think I will call her for an injection, though. Well then, let's go, Detective. And you too, Kay.
Yes, sir! Thank you for helping me. Hey, Rapscallion, welcome in. How are you doing today? Mayor Karen. Oh, I hate that ability. Wrapped up like a mummy. Yes. Are we sure that she's okay not being in the hospital? It still looks like she's pretty beat up. April 5th, 2:07 p.m. outside Grand Tower Plaza. According to the pamphlet, this building is 50 stories tall. It's mostly filled with offices, though. Only the viewing platform is open to the public. Here you go, sir. I just got this at the reception desk.
Good, thank you.
It contains a cross-section of the tower and an overhead view of the platform, so I'll have to check that out as well.
Well then, let's head inside immediately.
Hey, the Grand Tower! The Grand Tower is collapsing! What? No, you can't. Please stop. Please, I beg of you. It's no good. Unless I drink fresh milk, my thoughts just won't reach. What's wrong, pal? Something happened to the Grand Tower? Cut. Excuse me, we're sort of in the middle of filming a movie, and,
Suspected as much. We are sorry for any trouble we caused you. Gumshoe?
I'm so sorry, pal. I really thought the tower was gonna collapse or something.
Whatever. Hey, director, I'm taking a break.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
What a relief. Looks like the tower's collapse was prevented somehow. Explaining all this to Kay as she is now would take more time than it's worth. Well then, we should get going.
I don't know what any of that shit is, but we're moving on with our lives.
Oh god. Only the first shot is free though. That's how they get you. Ah, the American medical system.
Relentlessly, my sister Venmo'd me some money and all she put in the note is a duck emoji and it amuses me much more than it should.
I would like duck money. That sounds amazing.
I'm doing good, Rapscallion. Thanks for asking. April 5th, 2:18 p.m. Grand Tower viewing platform. Wow, what a view! I bet I can see my house from here. The wind is really strong up here. Everything should be fine as long as you stay close to me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. Start to blow away, one of us will be sure to catch you.
What if she's a kite? Kay, do you recognize this place?
I don't know. Was I really here?
Maybe if I get her to talk a bit, it'll help jog her memory. Kay, just tell me whatever you remember. Anything will do.
Okay, but I don't know how much help I'll be. Memories of the Tower. Ooh, fabric order Rin. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, it looks like they're just dragging her around in her hospital clothes. And the hospital gave her her Yatagarasu outfit, so just let her get dressed. Jesus. I really come to a place like this? It's so high up. The wind is so strong. It's frightening. I just can't remember. I can't remember anything at all. I'm sorry. Just as I thought. It's impossible. Memory isn't clearing up at all, huh? I'm sorry. a bit pathetic, isn't it? Both going out of your way for me, but I'm not helping at all.
You're doing just fine. You have memory loss after all. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember to go easy on her, sir. Normally, you have this really intense and kind of scary look on your face.
You're not helping, Detective.
He does, though. Alright, I think I know what we're doing here. We're gonna save first. And partially because we haven't saved yet this run. Let's see. So she said, did I really come to a place like this? Can we try presenting the ticket stub? Oh, we can look at stuff now, and we had some stuff we needed to look at, right? We wanted to look at this letter. Dear Kay, I promise that I'll get it back for you, your most precious memory, Jill. Sure, we'll be coming back to that eventually. And here's the cross-section of the Grand Tower. And there's an overhead view of the Grand Tower. Alright, so I want to present the ticket stub here. Okay, your testimony contradicts the evidence.
Contradiction? Could be because I just lost my memory. But I really don't think that has anything to do with what I just said.
Oops. Alright, so we should actually press her first, I think. Yeah, time to yell and point at him, Jack.
Hold it!
This ticket stub proves that you're indeed here. Game, come on! Come on, game! God damn it.
But I really don't remember coming here at all.
Was Jill the name of the monkey? Oh god. Is it writing letters now? That's horrifying.
I don't think I would want to come to a place like this.
Alright, so high up in the wind is so strong.
Hold it!
I used to love places like this, though.
Is that really me? We're so high up. Just looking down makes me dizzy. I think these kind of places should be shut down. What if an elderly person or a small child were to fall off?
The railing here is quite high. I think your worries are unfounded.
Is that so?
Just can't remember anything at all.
Hold it!
You say you don't remember anything. In that case, is there anything that looks familiar?
Looks familiar. That cherry tree.
What about the cherry tree?
I was standing under that cherry tree. That's right, I was taking shelter from the rain because it was raining then. And there, saw something red.
It was under the cherry tree while it rained. And from there she saw something red.
Something wrong?
And it's nothing. Could you add that last part to your story? Alright, we can push on that now.
Hold it!
Red... what exactly?
Red something or other. It was something red. That's all I can remember about it.
Speaking of things that are red here, could it be that stand over there?
Stand? Red stand. Ah, that's right. I saw someone walking towards me from the other side of that stand.
And then what happened?
And then, I'm sorry.
Alright, simply add everything you just said to your story. Herring? Snapper? Herring? Lobster? Herring? Yeah, no, the cotton candy angel. The little face on the angel is what's killing me there. Salty fairy oh god. That doesn't sound very good. Of course we call it cotton candy in the United States, but God, I haven't had cotton candy in a very long time. The last time I had cotton candy, I had entirely too much cotton candy. I had a friend that worked at Chuck E. Cheese's, and for my birthday, he gathered up all of the cotton candy that they were going to throw out, and busted into my house and threw it all in the bathtub. I think eventually I just turned on the water and let it work itself out. Too much of a good thing is wonderful. It's true. It's true. Yeah, no thoughts behind those eyes. Only cotton candy.
Hold it!
By that stand, do you mean the stand directly behind you?
Yes, from behind that red stand, someone came walking towards me. I saw it from under the cherry tree.
You've been saying that you saw someone. Does that mean you didn't see their face? Or was it a person you didn't know?
I'm sorry. That much I don't know.
Someone came walking towards her from behind the red stand. And she saw that from beneath the cherry tree. I'm assuming there's something wrong with that. Let's take a look at that map. I can't tell what's right there, but that looks kind of like the wall, maybe? Really hard to tell. The actual thing, it tastes terrible. It's called salted caramel fairy floss. Interesting. I guess let's try presenting that.
Objection!
Ah, there we go. Don't be like that, Edgeworth. Don't be like that. So, you're saying that someone came from behind the stand and walked directly towards you.
Yes, someone came right up to me.
Then that someone must have been a ghost.
No, it was a person. I'm sure of it.
If this is where you were under the tree, then someone behind the stand wouldn't have any ground to stand on. They'd be floating in midair. No person should be able to stand there. Ah! A ghost? Relentlessly, you made chocolate chip cookies with sea salt. Oh, that is such a good, it's such a good way to kick up the flavor a little bit. Very much so.
But I'm not lying. Someone in red was on the other side of the stand.
Oh god, she's losing it. Look at the eye! Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
They were walking towards me, getting closer and closer. And then, that person. Ah!
What's wrong? Calm down. It's all right. Me and Mr. Edgeworth are both here for you, pal.
I was pushed off. That person in red. Yes, they were wearing a red raincoat.
Oh god.
The raincoat killer.
Someone in a red raincoat was walking in midair? Furthermore, they pushed her off this building. Nonsense. There's no way she would be alright after falling from a building this high. I mean, it did look like she took a big fall, but yeah, you wouldn't survive a 50-story fall. Raincoat killer? Oh god! It's good you made peace with that relentlessly. Alright, Rin. I hope your chores go well. Look, I don't go to Ace Attorney games to see horror stories. Yeah, that's pretty horrifying, honestly. That image of the red raincoat there. Attention, everyone. Please remain where you are. What's wrong, pal? I'm a detective. Tell me what's going on. Sir, a body was just discovered in this building. A body? Who is the victim? We're currently investigating the details, but the victim is a woman. We have verified that her name is Kay. Alright, what? 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 Gumshoe has to do that at least once per episode. To be continued. Well, there's the end of part 1 right there. Not the Crimson King, at least. That's a good thing. I'll take that. What? April 5th, 2:36 p.m., Grand Tower PIC meeting room. This room happened to be... Yes, sir. It's the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's meeting room. What? It's here? I had heard they recently moved out of the prosecutor's building. I think that they moved here of all places. Alright, they've updated the cross-section. Finally, a corpse to tie this case together. Phoenix Wright, welcome in. I didn't know Phoenix knew how to use computers. You love Miles Edgeworth? I'm really loving this game too. We're playing the series chronologically by release date. And so far this is making a case for my favorite game of the series. Really good stuff there. Oh man, Pokemon's 29 years old. Is that by the Japanese release dates or the English ones? He's incredibly silly, he is.
Mr. Edgeworth, Kay. What brings you here? How are you holding up?
We're in the middle of an investigation right now. Sorry, but who might this be?
Ah, this is my granny. Let me just...
Hi there, Sonny. My name's Bonnie Young. Who the heck are you?
She says...
It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. Miss Jensen, isn't Young the name of...
Granny's the director of the Da Young Hospital.
This old lady is the director? Japanese release dates for Red and Green. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I can fix it, Phoenix. Oh god. Yeah, that hairdo is definitely something. I just want to poke it and see if the whole thing will just fall over. I must poke it. Who are you calling old? She says. She can read my thoughts? I do appreciate how Edgeworth just just goes off like that sometimes. Oh, so that granny's pretty important, huh?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, yes, she is. These people are the patient's guardians. You know, the one with amnesia.
She's a bit of an introvert. Hey, Sonny, want me to cure that bad case of the frownies for you?
She says.
Finally, a cure, Edgeworth! Like you've always dreamed of. Or, more accurately, like everyone around you has always dreamed of. Failed the hospital's mission statement. I'm afraid that's an incurable disease for Mr. Edgeworth, pal.
Eh? Really, Granny?
Want me to say that? I ain't got nothing to say to you whippersnappers. You're free to do whatever you want. You better not get in the way of my autopsy. Please wait. No means no. Hey, you don't have the right to decide that, pal. know, we always meet the most interesting characters in these games. I might have had something in my eye for a second there. Did she just wallop the old lady? Did she just straight up haul off and wallop the shit out of that old lady? Because that's what it looked like. Relentlessly, you kind of want to dye your hair a similar shade of purple as hers. I've seen people pull off that shade, but I think everybody I've seen already had like white or gray hair beforehand. That definitely makes it easier to get there.
Sorry, Granny's the coroner, you see. She's in charge of the case, so...
Ouch!
So I'm very sorry, but that's the way it is.
We've never actually met the coroner before, have we? Alright, I feel like this explains a lot as to why we keep getting those updated autopsy notes at inconvenient times. Hey, Miss RP girl, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good week so far. Relentlessly, you're torn because you could also go with blue and then it'd have blue hair and pronouns. I mean, I'm told they go together very well, so that might work well. Honestly, I think blue hair looks really cool. If it's like a kind of like a platinum blue, like there's some bold colors of blue you can go. What do you mean that's the way it is, pal?
Well, even if you ask me, I'm not the one who said it.
Stop walloping the old lady. I kind of feel like I'm watching a comedy act, sir.
Well, we need to get back to the autopsy, so please excuse us, and take care.
What was with her attitude?
We received permission to investigate. There shouldn't be any problems.
That attitude of hers is a huge problem, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth? What do we do now?
We'll investigate the scene, of course. As a prosecutor, I cannot stand by and do nothing. Considering it just very indecisive, that's fair, that's fair. I mean, the lucky thing is, you know, none of it's permanent, so it might take a while, but if you get somebody you don't like it, you can always swap out there. Well then, let's begin.
But the policeman said the dead person is also named Kay. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the Kay you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
We shall investigate that now, but don't worry. No question that you are the Kay I know.
Okay.
Easy at K and a corpse K. Both are connected to the Grand Tower. Certain that this case will lead me to Kay's lost memories. Alright, we'll start by saving. And then we'll start digging around here. Blue-purple for the best of both worlds? It seems so complicated to do, like, multicolor hair. ABS always be saving? I think we have had the game crash once on us. So I do want to be careful if possible. Alright, so... see if I can remember the control scheme. Oh, I gotta actually walk around, right? I gotta actually walk up to stuff. Oh, hue in between. Oh, all right, that could be nice. Things had gone as planned. I would have been standing here right about now. Yeah, sir. I'm glad the PIC meeting was delayed, but the cause of the delay was due to a murder. Troubling to think that the PIC meeting could condemn my career as a prosecutor. In any case, my top priority right now is to find the truth behind this case. It's half of a large round table with 11 chairs. Seems to be based off a certain legend. I know that one, sir! It's the famous Knights of the Brown Table! Was I wrong? Knights of the Clown Table? Knights of St. Knee! Getting colder, but I won't say anything. Blurple, if you will. I will. I absolutely will. Shrubbery! Her mother was a hamster and her father smelled of elderberries. There wasn't a ding, was there? I hope not. I think I turned that off. Let's see. There's rows and rows of books. The solemn atmosphere is kind of scary, sir. Scary? I don't think that books foster a feeling of familiarity. Oh, gotcha. Actually, I once got in a lot of trouble for running through the library at full speed, sir. But this isn't a library, so a light jog should be fine, right? I don't make sure to stop him, he might actually do it. Why was he running full speed through a library? I mean, honestly, that stain's gonna be a problem either way, although on Marble, I think they've got some options. Oh, Blurple is Discord's brand name? I did not know that. These bookshelves are very well organized. Looking at them feels good. That's true. Not even a speck of dust on them. But I'm also extremely dedicated to cleaning your office, sir. First I sweep, then I vacuum, next I wipe everything clean twice, and then I wax the... Nice if you were this dedicated to your real job. Alright, I think it's time we look at the obvious thing to look at here. This is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So, what kind of powers does she have? She's a symbol of justice, not a superhero. It said the scales represent justice, the sword power, and the blindfold equality. Alright. I don't think we need to look at every suspicious nook and cranny here. I think that it's really obvious here. I mean, she does have a sword, so you know, that's the murder weapon. A pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. Judging from the pool of blood, it seems that this is where the victim was killed. But, sir, the body's over there. After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body? This is a really huge statue. Why is it in a place like this? She's known as the Goddess of Justice. You might call it a statue for judging prosecutors. Seems the statue is also made by Pierre Hoquet. We heard of him in Case 3. He was a famous sculptor who was really liked by some of the characters. Oh, you mean the victim of the IS-7 incident, Isaac Dover? And beside his background and personality, he really was a brilliant sculptor. Well, they do say that artists are either geniuses or weirdos. Suppose Larry would fall into the latter category. Too true. Too true. I don't think there's anything else to see over there. Well, let's see if we can talk to them. I'm sorry. Right now Granny's in the middle of the autopsy, so... Are you Sonny's trying to get in the way of my autopsy? Is what she says. Could you please just wait a little longer? Yes, I suppose we have no choice. We'll come back to investigate the body later. Yes? Can I help with something? This is an amazing room. There are large boxes filled with books, a stone sculpture, and sparkly windows. Seems you've also forgotten the names of objects. This might be helpful in recovering your memories. Just repeat after me. Bookcase. Broken safe. Stained glass. Stolen goods. Books on the law. Crooks on the lamb. Statue of the goddess. Snatched loot of the great thief. Are all our mistakes based towards a certain way? Well, it seems Kay's still in there somewhere, I think. Yeah, Kay looks completely different with her hair down. It's super weird. I honestly didn't recognize her at first. Even staring at her right now, it's hard to connect the two. Kay, until just a few days ago, you were calling yourself my assistant. Look at me. Is there anything you remember?
Things I remember, huh? Well, yes, just one thing. Mr. Edgeworth, on the viewing platform above us,
Oh?
pointed at me and,
Yes?
with a really scary face, you interrogated me.
Happened just a few minutes ago. Oh, poor Kay! The terror of Mr. Edgeworth badgering you for contradictions is your only memory. It must be scary, pal. Hopeless. The end of the world, pal. I should show this detective what true terror really is. Are your friend's names spelled that way? That's a very common spelling, though. This music is really chill, it's true. Okay, before you lost your memories, you got along well with Detective Gumshoe. Is looking at me help you remember anything, pal?
I don't remember anything. I know. For a while now, Mr. Edgeworth has been getting on your case.
That's not a memory. It's just a pleasant part of my daily life. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? No. Detective Gumshoe thinks it's pleasant. He'll have to get on his case even more from now on. And that's how his life was destroyed. Also just realized that the concert I'm looking forward to is exactly 12 weeks away today. Ooh, getting close, getting close. She'll do it study and hang around the corpse too. Oh god. Alright, board jams, you have a good rest and we will see you around. Alright, so nothing really to do there. Save again. I'm assuming we have to do something to trigger the, being able to see the autopsy. Something on the ground right there? No, that's the same thing we saw before. It looks like there's something on the ground right there. You there. Tell me the situation about the security of this room. Yes, sir. To enter this room, a special key card is required. See. In other words, not just anyone can enter this room. Worth knowing? So, the person who found the body was also... Yes, it was a member of the PIC who would come here for today's hearing. Member of the PIC? Not for this case. Right now, I'd be... Excuse me? Francesca?
You are? Oh yes, what is it?
That voice! It's Von Karma, right?
Do you know her, Granny?
Good to see you again, Doctor. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. I like how they're putting question marks for her name, like, oh, they'll have no idea who this is. Oh my gosh, who could this be? Like, it's Francesca Von Karma. We've been here before. Come on! Follows, welcome in. How are you doing today? Who could it be? What is she doing here? Francesca Von Karma is a prosecutor working with Interpol and the daughter of Manfred Von Karma. Should be jetting around the world right now. Wherever there is a case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. Presence here must mean this case has international significance. You know well enough that I'm chasing a smuggling ring. That's a plot point in some of the earlier cases in this game. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then, does that mean the smuggling ring is also involved in this particular case? Any further information is confidential. I'm not obligated to speak of it with you. No, it won't be that easy.
Miss Francesca von Karma? Granny says the autopsy is complete. You're free to do what you want. In that case, we would like to investigate as well. I've heard rumors about you. No way am I letting you near that body. You're that prosecutor who's about to get the boot. You best run on home now, sonny. Just so you know, I wasn't the one who said that, okay? Please, Granny, we need to investigate, no matter what. Hey, lassie, who are you calling Granny? I'm sorry. We're not getting anywhere, so I have no other choice. Francesca, please allow us to be in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find what happened to Kay. Kay Faraday? I'm asking you too, sir. Kay's in really bad shape. I don't know what's going on, but fine, I'll grant you permission. You have my thanks. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You will explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. No! So, that's how it is. If you'd be so kind as to authorize them too, Doctor. I suppose it's fine if he is with the prosecutor from Interpol. Is what she says, and I fully agree with Granny. By the Von Karma name, the entire world will be judged. It's just common knowledge. Rather conceited for common knowledge. Well, it's none of my beeswax anymore. Is what she says. I hope you don't get in trouble for this. You needn't worry. My reputation will not be shaken by something so petty. Unlike me, who is on the verge of losing his badge. Decent? I'm decent as well, follows. Yet, the laws in the Phoenix Wright world are kind of confusing. Detective into some kink? I mean, it does feel like that, doesn't it? Wish I had Francesca's confidence. You should see if she can loan you some. She has a little bit too much. You know, the outfit does give a certain vibe. Alright. Oops, wrong button. Another save here, and then we'll go check out the body. Like I said, it looks like there's something on the floor right there. I can't examine it there. Maybe I get to see it when I look at the body. We'll see. She sure likes to weaponize it, that's true. Yeah, here we can look at it. This body! It's not Kay, sir! It doesn't look like her at all! Of course it isn't. Kay is alive after all. Her age is, I'd guess, around 30, and she's wearing a pantsuit. She worked in one of the offices in this building. So her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kay? His shirt may be ruffled, but he doesn't carry around an effing whip. That's true. And he hasn't ever whipped members of the court, whereas Francesca's whipped basically everybody at this point. Deviant fish, at work they want you to wear black socks, but I'm rebelling by wearing anything but. I don't know why, but black socks are always uncomfortable to me. Like, something about the material is just not great. Alright, so let's start down here, because I want to know what's going on. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? Three-pronged candelabra, consistent with a number of stab wounds. He's probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. Candy zebra? I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. Candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms. Ah, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill, and I had to get by with only candles. What time period are you from?
That does look like the murder weapon based on what we're seeing here. Yeah, Francesca basically just tells everyone I do what they want, and they're like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. Right, there's a lot to look at here, so let's keep going. There's a burn mark on her hand. Is it connected to the cause of death? No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. Seems there's something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me? Yes, sir. Understood. This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from a department store. Oh!
Seems to be a key card.
Why?
Question is, what was this key card for?
I mean, that one's an easy one, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, like, that must be a hell of a candle holder to be able to, you know, run somebody through.
Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth.
Looks like it's been forcibly torn off, doesn't it?
Interesting.
Autopsy lady doesn't even open her hand that was holding something seriously. It's very weird. I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Alright, sorry about that. Actually, yeah, I did have to blow my nose. Alright, what else have we got here? This notebook. Huh? Isn't that Kay's promise notebook? This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to her father in. It really takes me back, sir.
Yes,
Wasn't that the first Ace Attorney investigations? I think so. His promises to Daddy. Promise what? Number 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise number 2, never go anywhere with a stranger.
when Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in this notebook.
Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Promise 4, never cry in front of strangers. Promise number 5, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, why is it in a place like this? Ah, now you mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bad a long time ago. It seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's memento had gone missing.
What? So a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing?
Detective Bad frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it.
What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here?
Well, like somebody's trying to frame Kay, possibly. Or frame somebody, certainly.
Who's a good prosecutor? Who is you want a treat?
You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook?
The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That was the only evidence we had to identify the body.
So that's why you called her Kay.
What a misleading victim, huh? Why did she have Kay's notebook?
Sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though. Alright, what else we got here? There's some blood on her head. Maybe she was hit with something. We don't know that for sure. The investigation will ultimately clear that up. Doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket. This pocket has holes in it, sir. Judging by how the cloth was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object. All your coins would fall out of those holes, sir. Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet? Of course I had, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right? Never mind. Look at her boots. Yeah. Got some gloves here. The left side of her white jacket has been stained a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are on the right side. Isn't that normal, sir? All my clothes have the buttons on the right side. For women, it is normal to have them on the left side. Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything. It's just common knowledge. Doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Something white in her pocket. They're gloves. Pure white ones. One for each hand, sir. Don't seem to be dirty. Maybe the victims? Interesting, interesting. Let's see. Dean Winchester, welcome in. How are you doing today? They state the obvious for not them, but for an audience. Right, it's you see that a lot in TV shows as well, just sort of explaining things for the benefit of people. And they often have a character like Gumshoe who should know things, but doesn't, so that they have to explain it to him so that the audience can hear it as well. It works, it works. Oh, relentlessly, I'm sorry. Game is convoluted as all hell. It does get pretty complicated. I think they do a good job of keeping notes, for the most part at least. Alright, let's save, and let's see if there's any deductions we can do here. I don't remember how that works, so we're gonna have to double check that. Alright, so let's see, there we go. Compare that to the flower we've got in evidence.
Eureka!
Purple flower K had with her. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim. I mention it. The cloth does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, let's compare them without delay. It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means... that can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. And about that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. There's a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case. Depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect. What did you say? There's no way she did it. It's unthinkable. Kay could never do that, sir. However, it's true we have no evidence to deny that claim. It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed, for better or for worse. Alright, what else do we have in our organizer? I think I see what the game wants me to do here, so I'm just gonna... Oops, no, not that. Let's see if we can get this out of the way. Oh, I can't deduce anymore. Alright. We'll get out of here, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna make some logical deductions. The expressions are amazing in this game, I love it. I mean, it's good that you learn to roll with it. Like, sometimes you just gotta kind of accept. You're like, well, this is the way that I am. So it's a good way to be, I think. Alright, so we've definitely got some things. To enter this meeting room, you need a special key card. And the victim was carrying a key card. What could it mean? Perhaps the keycard the victim was holding is for this room. I'll go find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, in this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the data of the victim's card. That means the victim was able to freely enter this room. If the card actually belonged to the victim, of course. Yes, of course. Alright. And there we go. So, the victim's identity remains unknown.
you still be calling me Kay?
Doris, what are you saying, pal?
Thank you, but then what about that woman?
Complete. Thank you for the GG. Prosecutors in Confidence Coalition, it feels like it, but there's some sort of like oversight board that has been trying to get Edgeworth disbarred the entire game. We don't know why.
She is someone who you may have killed, that's all we know.
There's no way that's true, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
I also do not believe you killed her. You're such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth.
Wait, who is this now?
Here I come to save the day. That voice.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So don't be afraid anymore. It's the best prosecutors here today. Pardon the interruption. Mr. Edgeworth, get away from the victim. I have inherited her dying wish. No one asked for you. Did you know the victim? Just as I thought. The goddess of law will surely reveal the truth to us. So please, rest in peace. That's right, Justine. Now that I'm here, everything will be a-okay. The culprit will rue the day he crossed paths. Oh!
Miles Edgeworth, who is this fool of a man? Why is she glaring at me?
You are Francesca von Karma, am I correct? I apologize for my late introduction. I am Justine Courtney. And the deceased individual is...
Attorney Jill Crane, one of the members of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee.
Let's see. So that's why she had the key card.
We got a bunch of shit. Yeah, this guy's the worst. Hate this guy so much. Sebastian, oh for fuck's sake, the best. It's maybe the first time in the entire series I approve of Francie whipping someone. Yeah, if she wants to go to town on this guy, like, just let it happen. She did it a couple times in case 2, I believe, as well. I seem to remember him getting whipped once or twice. I don't remember when. He does have a very punchable face, it's true. I just learned the strangest fact about him as well from the Phoenix Wright wiki. I'm assuming it's correct. I have no idea why it wouldn't be, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at him differently now. Shouldn't it might be the IT guy in me, but in which way would the security system not have the person's name identity marker in the system? See, like Gumshoe just said, they were able to look up the card's information in the system, so I'm like, okay, so what was her information? Like, if you looked it up, just give it to me. What was the information? Like, that would be a horrible security system if it doesn't have cards tied to individual names. Hooded Whale Hog, thank you for a 40-month resub. I appreciate the heck of that. How are you doing? How's your week going? What have you been up to? Tell me everything. A simple select query. Seriously, just what's the information? I take it you're in charge of this case? That's right. And with me in charge, this case... Oh! That reminds me. I haven't caught your name yet. If you just wanted to know my name, you didn't have to... Wow! Just state your name. I will not tolerate any unnecessary remarks. Sebastian the Best. Seems that pecking order has been decided. Mr. Sebastian the Best? Here, this is from Granny. This is the autopsy report. It seems you've been bested, Mr. Edgeworth. It wasn't a competition to begin with. My job is done. May we meet again in front of another corpse. Okay, let's go home quick and eat some noodles. I'll be leaving too. Take care, everyone. That hunch does not look healthy. She has whipped the judge repeatedly, and he hasn't done anything about it. It's a communal card for the cost conscious. That is the least secure thing you can do. Oh god. Sweet, sweet void juice. The victim's head wound was post-mortem.
Bastion.
And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine?
While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle.
That would be painful indeed. Let's see. Findings of the coroner, Dr. Young. Cause of death, stab wounds to left chest. Head wound was post-mortem. That is an interesting detail. The voice you give him triggers my fight or flight. I will say this is a compliment. Excellent. For characters like him that I really dislike, I always try to give them just the shittiest voices I can. And like the whole thing I'm channeling when I'm doing his voice is just punchability. That's what I'm going for, so I'm glad I'm hitting the mark at least. That's the Hooded Whale Hog. I'm currently on this case on the collection myself, but not going to mention beyond that. All right, so we're actually still playing the fan-translated version because I wanted to finish with that version. I assume you're playing the official one. How are you liking it so far? I haven't heard anything bad about the official Capcom translation. They usually do an amazing job with it. Anyways, it's quite clear now. Kay Faraday must be arrested. What? What's the big idea, pal?
It's just as he says, Detective. Culprit is Miss Kay Faraday. The young lady in bandages over there, although she's not wearing her usual attire. Are you not Miss Kay Faraday?
And what would you do if she is Kay? If you're going to arrest her, I will resist by any means necessary. That I guarantee you.
I am now convinced. The doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
What are you saying, Kay? You can't just go along with him, pal.
But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot about it? If that's true. Acknowledgement is the goddess's mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of law will surely praise you for your prudence.
Sebastian and Judge Courtney, you believe she is the culprit. On what basis do you make your accusations? Unless I'm completely convinced by your explanation, I will not obey your orders. Fine, have it your way. Now, sit tight and listen to the perfect reasoning of the best. I do enjoy kicking the shit out of him in this game. You're loving it, Hooded Whale Hog? Excellent. Like I said, so far this game is making a case as the best in the series, for my money. Alright, let's see. I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Ms. Crane. Logic's as awful as ever, sir. Harsh words, coming from you, Detective. I asked for some basis to your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either, which for some reason is super important in Phoenix Wright. Like, sometimes you just seem to be guilty until proven innocent. I don't know why, but I kinda hate it. The same brain cell. Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle. Think my deductions are some kind of miracle work?
You'd better not disappoint me. Understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this whip of mine won't stay silent.
Alright, so beat up the douchebag or get a whipping. This is an interesting day.
Oh, we're not going to press on that. I refuse. I absolutely won't. I don't want to hear him talk about that anymore. We're going to go to the second statement.
He was the first to realize that Kay is the culprit.
Hold it!
If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning. Just sit back and be in awe of my brilliant deductions. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best. Before I'd even laid eyes on the crime scene. No, before I was even aware of this case. Yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Ow! Basis of your reasoning. Yes, ma'am. Well,
That was worth it.
sufficiently advanced competence. I love that.
Hell yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, Lyric. Alright, so she broke into the meeting room in order to steal something.
Hold it!
Steal something? Steal what exactly? That's... What Kay Faraday tried to steal was a file. Contents, to be exact. An investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that? I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes, I suppose that may be true. At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning.
So she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence to prove that no one but Kay could have committed the crime?
Nope.
Sebastian, let me tell you what would be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay, right now, post haste. The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects. According to the preliminary reports, there were no traces of anyone besides her. Even so, isn't it too premature to declare that she's the culprit? Declaring that she isn't so early into the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not? Yeah, I had evidence that could prove Kay's innocence. Good grief. There's a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to. Fear not, Kay. The truth will be revealed soon enough. Mr. Edgeworth? Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. Just prove that, she'll be cleared of suspicion. Alright, so I gotta prove she couldn't have done it.
That Duck Quacks, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Her official English name is Verity Gavel. That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that. If anybody wants to look up any of these names, I'm very curious because I haven't actually heard any of the official Capcom translations yet. All right. Let's see, what have we got to present? Got the letter. See, what is it? Someone walked towards her from behind the stand, pushed her off the roof. Right. Candelabra. Oh, can we inspect it? We can. This is a rare shape for a pedestal. The spot where it was put in still has this mark. become apparent whether or not it had been placed there. That's true. I'd have to look into that. No, it's the same thing. Prongs of the candelabra are covered in blood. Shape even matches up with the victim's wounds. Is this the murder weapon of this case? Sure seems like it. I don't see anything else of note on there. Alright. Yeah, the best is Eustace Winter. It's not a bad one, but like the best is such a good name for it. I've liked some of the official names better. I've liked some of the fan translation names better. I think they both did a really good job there. I'm doing well, that nut quacks. Thank you. All right. Try presenting the key card here. No, that's not it. Might be on the previous statement we have to present it. No. Let's see. Yeah, I like Die Young the Hospital better. That is really nice. The nurse's name, I thought, in the official translation was much better. Alright, let's see, what else have we got here? Present the key card here? There we go. Wrong statement, right evidence. Sometimes it can be tricky figuring that out in these games. Certainly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room. The best man for the job should know all about the best places. Unfortunately, it seems like you're not the best man for the job. Are you mocking me? That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this key card, did you? Of course I know about that. You needed to enter this room. Huh? Was it really needed? This foolish fool simply doesn't know what to give up. No! Sebastian, do you really suspect Kay? That's right. She's the only one who could have done it. Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered by using a key card, how did she enter the room without one? Well, she probably used this and that and... Oh? Did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means... Yes, that's correct. You conceded so easily. Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard. What about the blank one right above that, though? Probable. The killer entered the room together with the victim, Ms. Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder. Logic holds, but it's still merely conjecture. And it would imply that the killer and the victim were acquainted. No way, pal! Kay doesn't even know the victim! That is merely an assumption on your part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim. Evidence is everything, in court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid. In that case, I trust that you have evidence. Prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected? Of course. What? This letter was discovered by Dr. Young in Ms. Crane's breast pocket. Victim's belongings? Why did she withhold such vital evidence till now? Could it be She was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Think of it.
And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine? Well, I do appreciate your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle.
Thanks for the flashback to 5 minutes ago, game.
I'll read it for you. To Ms. Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. K. In other words, A. Faraday and Ms. Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room.
Preposterous! Wait! That means the main culprit is...
It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means her crimes have increased by yet 1 more.
I mean, that does sound suspicious, I'll give you that much.
I'm the main culprit?
Don't believe her, Kay! It's all a bunch of nonsense! There's no way Kay would do something like that!
Nonsense? Not at all. The evidence speaks for itself, wouldn't you agree?
I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but I think they would actually have such decisive evidence.
Nicely done, Justine. Thank you very much.
Hold it!
Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me?
Hey, that duck quacks! Thank you for the 5 gift subs to Miss RP Girl, Naoko Kenetsugo, I'm pronouncing it right, Malkill, Lone Grin, and Grey Ranger. Thank you so much for that, that duck quacks. I really appreciate that. Very cool of you. And everybody just got that sub. Please enjoy it. Thank you so much. That's really cool of you.
Alright, make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all.
Can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. Must turn it around here. Now, the best is kind of a moron, but she's tough. So this is gonna get dangerous right here.
The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in the letter. She roped Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered. With her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. The parting gift is this letter, tucked safely away in her breast pocket.
Testimony's even better than ever. Maybe the most perfect it's ever been, sir. You gonna be alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course.
How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time. Ms. Von Karma, just whose side are you on?
I'm on nobody's side, Scruffy. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides.
Watch what you say, Ms. Von Karma, or else Mr. DeBest is gonna...
Best, you say? Well, I can tell you the side I'm on is always...
How irritating.
Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on.
Let's see. Presdove, welcome in. Alright, so, this is case 4 in the game, so there's a bit of a backstory here, but, Edgeworth's assistant, Kay, has lost her memory and appears been injured somehow, so we're trying to get her memory back, but along the way, we stumbled over a murder, and these folks right here, who are from a prosecutor oversight organization, believe that Kay is the murderer, and so they're trying to prove it right now, but of course Edgeworth knows, you know, the good guys wouldn't do that, so he's trying to protect her. Also, welcome in, Presdove. How are you doing today? All right, Hellion, you get some rest. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Not the ethics sport. All right, I've got a couple things we might be able to push on here. We're going to save first. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and press on everything to see if we get some extra information. Pooh! Hounded by the pooh!
Hold it!
And just what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim? In the letter, she wrote, "Thank you so much for helping me with my plan." The relationship should be quite obvious. That's right. She roped Miss Crane into assisting with her plan. Been so long since I played Ace Attorney games and I never knew there was a fan translation for this one. Yes, for a long time the fan translation was the only one available, but just a couple months ago they released an official English translation. I would be playing that, but I'd already started playing the fan translation, so I just wanted to finish out with that. It's very good though. For a fan translation, they really do capture the voice of the official games. I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail. Just as she wrote in the letter, she wanted to steal something. What's more, the sender of the letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is. That letter could have easily been forged. Doesn't prove that she planned to steal anything. If memory serves me right, wasn't she a great thief? She's taking a break at the moment. I doubt there's any thief who would inform a prosecutor about their upcoming crimes. Perhaps she simply returned to her trade without you knowing. I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility. Kay Faraday planned the theft and Ms. Crane got caught up in it. Her plan. Speculation from a prosecutor? Gasp! Not in my Ace Attorney games. However, for some reason the partnership broke down.
Hold it!
For some reason, you say? Your explanation isn't very clear. I'm sure the reason will become clear upon further investigation. But more importantly, there is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime. Again, for some reason, something that's very important in the Ace Attorney universe. Positively proving your innocence for some reason. While there is some evidence to suggest that she committed a crime, none of it can truly be called decisive evidence. What about the letter that shows their complicity in the scene of the crime? I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime. Ms. Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath she managed to retaliate.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer? Haven't you been listening? We've been saying that this letter is the evidence. Oh? And where in the letter does it say that she planned to murder the victim? Huh? Well, that's... I've got it! It's a hidden message written in visible ink. It can only be read while heating it up. Bastion, I wouldn't get your hopes up for something like that. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal. Harding gifted this letter, which she tucked safely away in her left breast pocket.
Hold it!
We searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but... You found nothing, I presume? Naturally, the officer who found the letter immediately brought it to the best man on the scene. The letter was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, right above her heart. I believe this letter carries Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested. I have no interest in her beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. You said that the letter was in the left breast pocket of the victim, correct? I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in this statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket. The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. May very well be an important clue. I don't think the K wrote the letter. Unless I can draw out more information here, that thought means nothing. I should start by pressing her for more details. Alright, so I think that's where the problem is. Right here. Let's see. And Hooded Whalehog has redeemed Invest in a Harvester sequel. So here's what I'm thinking we should do. Like, what we should do is we should see if we could get a fan translation for the game into some other language, perhaps Finnish. And then we should see if we can get a fan translation from Finnish into Chinese. And then I want to see if we can get a fan translation from Chinese into Navajo. And then finally, we get a fan translation from Navajo back into English. And then that will be the actual official translation that we use for the entire game. I'm sure it won't compromise the details any, and then we'll also have a couple different languages we can just release it in. Fan translation into Wingdings, the best of languages. Oh, Artie. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to save again. And then I think I know what the problem is here. I just need to see how we go about proving it. The victim's body was discovered in the PIC's meeting room. Estimated time of death sometime between late last night and midnight. Cause of death was stab wounds to the left chest with a candelabra. Head wound was post-mortem. On victim's hand, a burn mark was found. It's a little hard to see, but I think this is what we're doing here. Prince Dove, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in.
Objection!
There we go. Take her down, Edgeworth! The victim held on to the truth until her dying breath. A truly touching story indeed. The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes. And Ms. Crane has spoken. A. Faraday is the culprit. Perhaps the voices you have been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil. Hey! Don't make fun of Justine! Let's listen to the voice of reason. Judge Courtney, please take a look at the autopsy report. There is no need. I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast. No, it can't be. The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket. And that's where the victim was stabbed with a candelabra, right, sir? Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her there without piercing the letter as well. That begs the question, why was the letter found in the victim's pocket? It's simple. It was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion on the K. Somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit. No! The real murderer tried to pin the crime on K. That is the only explanation for the letter. And in doing so, the murderer ended up digging their own grave, right, sir? The culprit is K. Faraday. The letter was... it was actually found in the victim's other pocket. Ha! What are you saying, pal? The officer's report was wrong when he said the letter was in her left pocket. It's actually in the... Ow! A foolish fool who continues to make a fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness? Why do you keep whipping me? You quit calling me a fool. Ow! I saved you the trouble of punishing him yourself. Indeed, though I had no intention of punishing him. The letter is stained with blood, no doubt because it was found in the left breast pocket. There couldn't have been an error in the officer's report, unless you were the investigator. Say something, Justine. I see you have no objections. Then allow me to continue. There is one more potential suspect in this case. Don't be ridiculous. The killer entered this very room. There wasn't anyone else who did that besides K. Faraday and the victim. enter the meeting room, one needs a keycard. Reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlooked. Just discard that assumption, then... I think I see where he's going here. This evidence reveals the other suspect besides K. This.
Take that!
This is the keycard record Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. And there was one more person who also used a keycard. So you're saying this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room? Keycard was used at 10:15 p.m. I wouldn't say it's impossible. No, it's impossible. What makes you say that, pal? You got any proof? Of course I do. I myself am that proof. I was the one who used that keycard after all. Then why is the name blank? Is there something strange about a PIC member entering the PIC meeting room? That proves nothing. The fact that you were in here at all makes you a suspect. Or do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague? Such nonsense. What would I gain by murdering her?
Objection!
Allow me to reiterate what you said earlier. I'm sure it will all become clear upon further investigation. Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? True enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason to suspect me of a crime. If that's the case, please tell me why you entered this room. I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made. Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what those preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Though she was preparing for my hearing, must have gathered all the necessary materials to take away my prosecutor's badge. Wait, who's talking now? What is happening? It's good to see you young people go head-to-head so ruthlessly. Who's talking? Who is that? Who the fuck is that? It takes me back. When I was young, I'd always butt heads with this brash detective. And then one day, he just disappeared. Hope he's still doing well. Here comes the waterworks. Chairman DeBest. She just say DeBest? Oh, Courtney, you sure are full of energy today. And if it isn't little Von Karma, look how much you've grown since I saw you. Sir, it has been quite a while. Curtsy, you don't have to treat me like some sort of stranger, you know? Remember back in the old days when you'd sit on my lap and call me Unky Boo Boo? I'm sorry, are we talking about the same Von Karma right here? I'm giving myself a little bit of an aneurysm trying to imagine that. Because we've seen young Francesca and she was still, you know, this. That is a hell of a jacket he's got on though. Like, it's very, very rock and roll, honestly. The tired Randy Savage voice for this too. That is the best description, thank you. That's a high compliment. Yeah, what happened to the security door? Is somebody just holding the door open over there? What is happening? Yeah, she was this just smaller, basically. This guy's sprites in the HD are pretty gosh. here I go again. Oh, how I cried back then.
Pops, what are you doing here?
Huh? Remember the PIC was killed? I hear that you were in charge of the case. What kind of prosecutor is followed around by his own father?
Hold your tongue. Do you have any idea who this man is? Chairman of the PIC, former chief prosecutor. He's the right hand of the goddess of law.
Now, Courtney. I'm just an old chunk of coal. There's no reason to speak so highly of me.
Please excuse my subordinate's behavior. I am
Prosecutor Edgeworth, isn't it? As long as it's trusty sidekick Dick Gumshoe.
I just noticed his goggles are full of tears, which is horrifying. That must burn. Why are you doing this, sir? What is wrong with you?
Oh, I'd wear that jacket too. It's cool as hell.
Walking, talking conflict of interest. Oh, we think we get too many of those in the Phoenix Wright series.
Yeah, you can see it sloshing around when he moves.
Speaking of, so why are you even wearing those? I have so many questions. What is going on with these people?
I am pleased to best. I'm the proud father of that idiot over there. When that boy was born, me and the missus were happy as could be, you see. But now, I don't even know where she's gone to.
Pops, you need a handkerchief?
Yes. Sebastian's an idiot, but he's such a good boy, you know.
The fact he gets a sound effect that's killing me here. Ocular Gushers level 99. Oh my god. Like the doting father and son.
Now then, Courtney, how's the investigation going?
Sir, we've established that the culprit is Kay Faraday. We're currently focusing our efforts.
Objection!
There are too many uncertainties in this case. It's impossible to determine that she's the culprit. Surely you haven't forgotten the matter of the letter. I already told you, it was just a simple mistake. The letter was in another You talk too much.
Now, it's all play nice. Everyone just calm down.
Sorry that you had to witness such an unsightly scene, Mr. Chairman.
Don't apologize, Courtney. I can follow everyone's logic. Sebastian's, that is.
Hey, Pops! Chairman DeBest, I am a prosecutor. My duty is to bring criminals to justice. However, I won't make someone out to be a criminal without sufficient motive and evidence.
I've heard about you and your relationship with the suspect, you know. To share such a strong bond.
Wait, is he wringing out the tears from his beard? Oh my god, he is. He's wringing the tears out of his beard. Everything about this guy is horrifying. Every single detail, and there's so much of it. There's always more and it's always worse. Yeah, that must be an incredibly heavy beard. Also, like, smells like mildew, I imagine.
Kay has assisted the police in arresting criminals countless times, pal!
Or, you know, at least 4 or 5 times, I guess. What a leaky, lanky man! There are too many facets of this case that remain unexplored.
I see. Bonds of youth are a wonderful thing indeed. But that is that, and this is this, you know?
I'm sorry, what the fuck did he just do?
What's that supposed to mean? Prosecutor's office needs to resolve this case as quickly as possible. Hey, just think of all the other cases that are piling up. There's no time to waste here.
Oh shit, I think the game froze up.
Crap.
Oh, it's been a little while since we saved too. And what did he just burn there? Alright, I'm gonna give this a second to see if it clears.
Oh, we might need to replay a little bit. Oh, that really sucks. I think this happened once before and I wasn't able to clear it. Hang on a sec. Let's pop over here. I'm going to see if I can clear this real quick. No, it's not looking good. Let's try this real quick. Punisher, that's an amazing emote. Destroyed the evidence, killed the game, total CAD. Absolute CAD. Oh, no, I think the game crashed on me now. Dang it. Oh, that really sucks. Burned the game files. How dare he? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to close the game. We're gonna have to get back into it. Dang it. Let's restart it here. My apologies, folks. We'll see where the autosave was, because it does have an autosave at least. Let's see. Oh, literally right where we were. Oh, thank God for autosave. So yeah, we lost basically nothing there. Thank you, game. That's amazing. Suki Zero, welcome in. How are you doing today? And we'll go ahead and make a hard save here too. Just in case. Thank you, autosave. Best thing to ever happen in gaming. It's wonderful. It's so beautiful. We lost nothing. Good day, sir. It's unfortunate, but you understand, right, Edgeworth? What? Now then, Kay Faraday. I'd like to arrest you now. Okay. No! I won't let you! Kay's innocent, pal! Defy Chairman DeBest is to defy the law. It would be a grave act of disloyalty. In other words, a hearing won't be needed. Are you prepared to lose your prosecutor's badge? That's... Mr. Edgeworth's badge! You can't do that! Using a prosecutor's badge as a shield? What does the PIC come to? Kay, you haven't done anything wrong. Mr. Edgeworth, it was only for a short time, but thank you for everything. I'm sorry. Turned out to be a criminal. We will make sure to impart your confession to the goddess of law. What should I do? When I was young, I wanted to become a defense attorney, like my father. Someone who can fight to save those in need. Right now, this badge is holding me back. Your badge for the life of a dear friend. I don't even have to consider it. All right, farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it right there, Judge Courtney. And what is it now, Prosecutor Edgeworth? This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth? What are you doing? Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth. You can't be serious. Mr. Edgeworth, you're joking, right? If you aren't a prosecutor, then My only mission is to bring the truth to light. If the prosecutor's path to turn a blind eye to the truth, then that title is worth nothing to me. I walk in the path that I believe in. I will not be stopped here.
Objection!
You
running away from Von Karma? From me? No matter what you say, I don't intend to go back on my decision. So, you're leaving me behind again? Never forgive you for this. No, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. If only I weren't here. Wait, Kay! Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me! But, Mr. Edgeworth! Boss! I'm not your boss anymore, Detective. That's just too much, sir! It's always been you and me. We've always been a team! Detective Gumshoe, you no longer need to follow my lead. You try to accomplish whatever you can on your end. This is bad. We just had a dangerous criminal escape. How could I let her get away? After all my hard work. You see, rest assured, Mr. Chairman, this area will be locked down immediately. Good. I expect the best from you, Courtney. To be continued. Well, holy shit. That's a hell of a cliffhanger. So he's resigned. That's kind of insane. Wow, I'm not sure where we go from here, but, that's really bad. That's really bad. Let me get caught up on chat here. Kay, you haven't done anything wrong. She probably deserved to die. Why is there always random people showing up with new evidence? Shane, as we ever find out why she has a whip at her disposal? I just assume she's into certain things. That's basically it. Why was there nobody at the door to make sure the suspect didn't do a runner? That's what I want to know right there. The cravat was made for walking. Oh my god. Alright, so we are saved. I think that's where we're going to want to stop for the day, because honestly, like, after having not done any adventure games for a while, my voice is completely shot right now. So I'm going to take some time to rest, drink some more Void Juice to cool down my throat. And we're going to be back next week, Monday and Tuesday, same as before with this new schedule. I expect we should finish this case next week. We'll probably do the middle part of it on Monday, and we will do the final part of it on Tuesday. Unless I'm feeling like crazy on Monday and we'll do a whole bunch of it. We'll see. But either way, sometime next week we should be finishing this. So look forward to that. There's still one more case after this too, so we won't be done with the game either. But making good progress, and I'm still enjoying this very much. Same Shane channel, same Shane day, same Shane is games. This session adjourned again. It appears so. That title screen to load this again. Unfortunately. No more crashes, though, hopefully. Yeah, some of the voices definitely do take their toll. Not all of them, but, like, some of them do. That badge turned in again. Hopefully not more of those. So, yes, thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. I had a ton of fun hanging out with you. This game, I love this game. I love these games. We do, of course, have one last thing to do before we wrap it up, and as always, that is... let's see who all else is online. So, if you're not done watching Twitch, maybe I can send you somewhere cool. I would like the chance to try. So, while I am checking to see who all is live right now, there's some links in chat you might want to check out if you haven't seen them already. We had a link to my Discord. If you would like to chat with me and the rest of the community outside of the stream, feel free to jump in there. And we have a link to my YouTube as well, if you want to see any of the games I've played in the past, including all of the Ace Attorney games released up to this point. Being up to the point of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I played all those so far, and we're going to continue playing the series, so feel free to jump in there.
Let's see. We got a couple of options today. Let's see where we want to go. Oh shit, I see some good options here. I'm gonna check out this one stream. Looks like they may have just gone off. Yeah, they just went offline. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's head over here instead, because this is honestly super hype. And, like, this is really exciting to see. And if you've never been over here, like, just hearing what we've got going on in the stream should excite you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would really appreciate it if you joined me as we raided fellow retro streamer Sharpie. Sharpie is currently on a quest to play every Sega console game from every Sega console that was ever released in North America. Right now he's gotten all the way up to Dreamcast, and right now he's only got 3 Dreamcast games left, including the game he's playing right now, which is Ms. Pac-Man World. So yeah, like, the fact that he's almost done with every Dreamcast game ever is blowing my mind right here. And the fact that we might get to see him finish Dreamcast as a series, awesome to see. So why don't you join me over there, say hi to Sharpie, hang out for a bit, throw him a follow if you like what he's doing. But hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say, as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. I will see you folks next week for more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.